All right. Hey there, everybody. Tiffany from EcoHealth here, and I am so excited to have one of my patients on, Natalie, who is going to be doing a testimony. So, how are you?
I'm doing so good. I'm so
You
excited to do this.
look amazing.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I feel amazing.
You look fantastic. So, for those of you listening, Natalie is out of state. She does not live here in Charleston. She visits frequently, but I haven't seen her probably for 9 months.
I know.
Right?
Is that crazy?
I know. So, tell people, first of all, how did you hear about me and why did you end up coming for a visit?
I think actually my parents were coming to you for a while and just loved the work that you've done and how much you've helped my father through some of his sicknesses and just the turnaround that he has seen. And so I needed that in my life because I did not feel well at all. So
Yes, I remember. So let's talk about that really quick. So
yeah.
what do you remember? Because a lot of times people forget. What do you remember? Coming to me in our first consult, discussing your
Right.
main concerns.
Oh my gosh. I was just miserable. I was probably, well, I don't even know, a few months postpartum, but I had dealt with, multiple health problems. I just had constant pain. I was so fatigued to my core. I was in so much pain, so much brain inflammation. And at the time I didn't know what it was. So just so foggy, had no energy, I could hardly get out of bed. Honestly, sometimes it's hard to explain because I was so miserable that I didn't even it's hard to explain. I was so miserable. So miserable.
I do
So
remember being like, oh my goodness, like I knew I could help you, but I was worried if you even like had the cognitive strength and just energy to do what you need to do to get yourself well. I remember me and your mom discussing like getting you a support system and like how
Yes.
can we support her to make sure you are able to follow the plan.
Absolutely. Especially just with the mood swings and everything, definitely needed the support.
Yeah. So, and I have, if you don't mind, when I'm just looking back through your chart, I mean, when you came in here too, one thing you forgot about to mention was the vertigo.
Oh my gosh. Oh, because I want to forget about it.
Yeah. But you had that for like a couple years. Like it was really bad.
Yes, it was crippling.
Yeah.
Like quality of life was very low.
And you also said your brain was just so fuzzy. You're like, I can't even think straight.
For years. That wasn't just, I had intense vertigo for a couple of years, but I mean, the fuzziness and headaches, migraines, like you name it.
And the anxiety was another thing.
Yes, anxiety, some depression in there. It was consuming. It was crippling.
I know. All right. So let's just fast forward. So you started my 12-week program and then you extended and did another. We've been doing like a maintenance program following up for 6 months. And so how would you say life has changed and where you are at now?
Oh, I mean, it almost kind of leaves me speechless because it's so easy to forget. Like, when you're in so much pain, it's so easy to forget where you really were at. And so just listening to you say some of those things, I'm like, I feel like a completely different person. Like I'm able to get up out of bed. I'm able to do things. I'm able to do things that I wasn't able to do years ago. I mean, it's been years. And so just my quality of life has improved drastically.
I know.
Function
for you.
I know. My brain, like it feels completely different.
Yeah. So I'm sure there are people out there listening being like, what did she do? Like what? So it's not just one magic bullet. It's not just like, oh, here's a magic supplement. It's all going to work. I mean, this was a big This was a big lifestyle thing for you. I mean, we
Yes.
detected food
Complete.
sensitivities. You changed
Mhm.
your diet. We supported your gut. We helped with your gut health and digestion. And
Yes.
we did some candida cleansing. We
Mhm.
did hormone balance. We corrected nutritional deficiencies. I mean, it was a full body makeover, wouldn't you
It
say?
was, yeah, completely. And it
Yeah.
was honestly necessary. I can't imagine not doing, like, I needed to do all of it.
I know. Well, because you had a young baby at the time, and she's older now. But I remember you had even a tough time caring for the baby.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's why I needed the full makeover.
It's so awesome. So I guess if you could go back in time, and I guess, I ask patients this question a lot, what advice would you give somebody if they were in your shoes feeling as kind of crippling and brain foggy and just feeling like your whole body is out of whack, I guess you could say.
Right.
What would you, even though I feel like at the time you might not have even made that cognitive choice to come see me. Like, I think your mom was
Right.
like, she's
Oh,
coming. Like, I mean, she called and made the appointment for you and brought you. And, it was just like,
oh yeah.
you got to do something. But, if you thinking about what you've gone through now, and if there's anybody out there, or maybe they have family members that, they're kind of living with somebody that has symptoms
Yes.
like you,
That's
what do you do for somebody that has just
true.
feeling like they've hit rock bottom and feeling like their body's just so out of balance?
You do anything for them and you get them to do what I did. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm so grateful that I had my mom and my husband who recognized that I needed that help and really pushed me to do it, because I remember I was so hesitant. I really was. I was very hesitant because I for years haven't been able to fix it or change. So I was very hesitant, and I just, like, after feeling the way that I feel, it's almost like I can't imagine, like, someone, like, not having this, like, not having the blood testing, the supplements, just like the your knowledge to kind of help, you know,
Guide.
real and then like change their lives basically.
I
And
know.
if you have someone in your life who feels and like is having a poor quality of life, I mean, this completely changed my life. So
And would you say it was hard? I mean, even consider
yes,
under all the pressure. I mean, the beginning, it was a little rocky. I remember being like,
yes,
consistency, we need you, you got to do this consistently. And that getting you to actually take the stuff in the beginning, there was a learning curve.
yes.
And when you
It's a
start
learning
feeling
curve, but
good,
it's worth it. I mean, you would do anything to feel better. And at the beginning, it's just a learning curve. After that, it's really just consistency.
yeah. And now you got it. You just look incredible. Like, I can't even tell you since the last time I saw you, like your skin color, like you just, I
Yeah,
mean, you really, it's so amazing. And it
yeah,
makes me, it's so rewarding what I do. Get to see the
yeah.
before and after, especially most of my patients, especially if they're local, I get to see them, every couple weeks coming in and out. And,
Mhm.
you really were able just to do this on your own. And you didn't
Yeah,
do many of the saunas, or did you end up getting a Kangen water machine? I think you did, right?
I did.
Yeah. Awesome.
I almost swear by it.
I know.
I I love my machine. I love it. Anyone that comes over, I'm like, "Try some water."
Me too.
I
That's what I tell
truly,
them
like,
all day. I'm like, I never thought I would talk about water as much as we do, but I'm telling you, it's the key piece over here. Uh,
it is. I think that was a big deal, and I feel good giving it to my daughter too. Like, it's just
our
anyway.
bodies need water, man. Really good ionized, energized water. That's going to do
Yes.
inflammation and pull all that in. So, okay, I could talk about that all day. I
I know.
appreciate you really taking the time to do these testimonies. I really don't do much marketing. I just
Right.
we share cases and we share testimonies of patients. And you are now in the Rockstar Patient Club of recovering your health. I love
I'm,
it.
like, so awkward, so I'm like, "Just take what you want out of that, okay? Just
You did amazing. So thank you so much. And for
okay,
anybody out there
good."
that wants to learn more about my, 12-week program and how I help people restore their health on many levels. For Natalie, it was more, brain and gut, nutritional deficiency, hormone imbalance, but it's really looking at the whole picture and getting to the root and coming up with a plan of how are we going to get you better and prioritizing what do we need to do first, and how are we going to create this foundation, and how are we going to just start building and rebalancing your body. It's pretty awesome when we're able to look at the full picture and do the testing up front, and then here is my result. That makes me so it really makes my day. I love doing these testimonies. So all right, everybody, check out ecohealthwellness.com if you want to learn more.